All right, so welcome to the action. Now, just for you YouTube viewers, a little extra bit of info here. I am streaming this series live on TikTok, but I am also capturing it here in horizontal format so we can upload the stream. Full VODs on my second channel, link down to that in the description, and edited highlights, which you may well be watching right now. But anyway, let's get into the stream. The Anti-Galacticos, here we go. Okay, this is all fantastic. We're set up. We're ready to go. Let's just load up the game there. And let's welcome our team over on TikTok. All right, so we are about to go live. There we go. All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. DG here. We are ready for our Anti-Galactico save. I've got everything loaded up. So we're all set for day one of the season. If you've seen the video already, the introductory video, you will have seen that we've already picked up our first trophy, taking on Tottenham Hotspur in the Super Cup. It shouldn't have happened like that in 2000, but we'll take it. We won. Anyway, we're here to play Anti-Galactico football. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. As you join us, please do drop a little message in the chat. Say hello. Don't be shy. Let us know how your day's going so far. And yeah, let's play some Anti-Galactico football. Hopefully you're going to enjoy this. So we are using, as you can see down here, we are using the 2000-2001 database. And I've loaded this up, but we're going to be playing as Real Madrid, but I've got my Route 1 tactic set up that I'm going to show you in a minute, and we got some special signings for that as well. Good evening, Noah. I'm well. I hope you're well too. How's your day been? All right, good stuff. Let's have a look at our Real Madrid squad then. I'll bring this up. Hopefully you can see that all. So you've got all the familiar names here. You've got the likes of Iker Casillas here, just 19 years old, but first choice goalkeeper already. We've got Helguera. We got Figo. He shouldn't be in defence. That was just me playing around with the tactic. We've got Salgado in here. We've got Fernando Hierro. We've got Roberto Carlos. We've got Raul. We've got, of course, Steve McManaman. But we brought in some extra signings as well, just to make this a bit more fun. Dion Dublin. Homes under the hammer. We'll be going for goals under the hammer. Bedroom at the top of the stairs, or whatever it was that he says. We've also signed David Batty. So David Batty is swapping the all-white of Leeds for the all-white of Madrid. And then my latest signing, my final, the coup de grace, as it were, Ehigou we brought in to be our no-nonsense defender at the back. So that was the mystery I was alluding to in my posts earlier. We brought in Ehigou. What's interesting about this database is I did try to sign some other players. I went for Duncan Ferguson. I tried for David Weir. I tried for Amoruso. Some of them want silly money. They want like £80,000, £90,000 a week. David Weir said he would only join if I promised him he would be a ball-playing defender. That's just not the way we play. And then Duncan Ferguson said that he would never leave Everton, which I suppose, is true to life. It's true to life. But let's have a look at the tactic that we're going for here. This is where it all gets a bit crazy. We're going for this custom Route 1 tactic. Let me just slide that across so you can see it in all its glory. So we're going for a 5-2-3 system. So 3 centre-backs. Then we've got marauding wing-backs. You have to have wing-backs, but they're set to cross from deep. And then they're aiming for Dion Dublin as a target man. He's going to be nodding it down for the likes of Raul and Figo and McManaman charging forward to get that in. So that's the kind of tactic we're going for. I designed that tactic myself for free, did not pay £20 or £64 or anything like that for it. But, that's all madness. Maybe we'll get into that later. But yeah, let's see. We're all set up for the first game of the season. So don't forget as you come in to hit that like button as well. Spam the likes. Once we get up to 100 likes, we'll do our first quiz of the evening. And yeah, let me know in the comments your memories of this era of football, the early 2000s. Who's your favourite player of the era, of the early 2000s? Who was your favourite team of the time? Let us know that in the comments, if you're old enough to have those footballing memories, of course. But all right, first game of the season, we're going to jump in with our match against Real Oviedo, I believe. So a real bit of a throwback team there as well. Right, let's get everything set up as we want it. So we get everybody into the right positions. So we got to make sure we've got Dublin up there as our target forward. That's where all the fun's going to be. Then we need Ehigou on the bench. Not on the bench. We want him out there wreaking havoc as well. And we'll put Ehigou into defensive midfield alongside David Batty. The game doesn't want me to pick these guys, but we do. We do. But anyway, good stuff. As you do join in to the stream, yeah, like we said, just drop a message in the chat. Hit that like button as well. Share the live. That would all be much appreciated so we can get a few more eyeballs on this one. And we'll get your score predictions in for the first match of the league season as well. So we are taking on... Let's have a look. We'll just do the squad numbers. All done. All right, we are taking on, as I said, Real Oviedo. So, Real Oviedo... There are opponents for this first game of the season. We're at home. We're at the Bernabeu, so it should be a win. But let's see what you think of my tactical style. It's a bit difficult to explain it. Well, it's not difficult to explain it. It's route one. We're going for long balls up the top to Dion Dublin. Goals under the hammer. He's going to nod them down and hopefully wreak some havoc against the Spanish defences. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. All right. We'll get your score predictions in the chat. Thank you for the likes there. LBM26 next. Alexander, what's LBM26? You'll have to spell that one out for me. I'm being a bit slow on that one. All right. I know Tennis Manager 26 is on the way very soon, just in time for Roland Garros. This is a match we should be winning. That's what we'll tell the team. High expectations, as always, at Real Madrid. International Basketball Manager, of course. Yes, I do have that one. It's on my to-do list. I'll be getting that one out onto my YouTube channel soon. I got a bit held up with real life stuff on that, but it's definitely on my to-do list. We've got Pro Basketball Manager series in the works as well. All right, good stuff. Of course, if you're a basketball fan, NBA playoff time. You've got the EuroLeague playoffs going on, so quite a lot of big action for basketball fans. Right, let's get through the press conference. We've got the edge with our approach. We're going to give Guti a start. Guti here is only 18, 19, I think. But here we go. First match at the Bernabeu. So there we go. This is how we're lining up. It's not the kind of lineup you'd always expect to see. Am I having some issues here with the stream? It looks like it's very choppy. Is anybody else experiencing issues like that? I don't know what's causing that. But on my end, it's not looking the smoothest. But yeah, do let me know if the stream isn't looking that good for you. I will, I don't know what we can do. I'm not too familiar with the TikTok live stream. It's smooth. Okay, good. It must just be looking a bit of a lag on my end. It's not my database, no, to Black Ghost. This is the Mad Scientist database. So if you don't follow the Mad Scientist, go and give him a follow right now. He is on TikTok. He's on other platforms as well. He makes these retro databases every year. So he'll pick a season from fairly recent football history, although he has gone back to like 86, 87 with his databases as well. So he will pick a season and he will recreate the footballing world as it was at that time. So that's what he's done here with 2000, 2001. So we're kind of picking up here right at the start of the century. So it's absolutely fantastic stuff. Have I done any Premier Manager content, Gerardo? No, I have not. I do have a couple of versions of Premier Manager in my Steam library. I have not... I haven't played the game for years, though. But that used to be on heavy rotation on my Amiga back in the 90s. And I think I played the Premier Manager 98 version on the PlayStation as well. If any of you, by the way, for you older gamers out there, what football management game memories do you have from the 90s and maybe even the 80s? What were your games of the 8-bit and 16-bit era that you used to play? My first ever management game was one called International Tracksuit Manager. I remember that one very well. Probably where my love for international management and football manager comes from. And then later, yeah, Premier Manager, Ultimate Soccer Manager. I had, I think, a Player Manager was a game at the time as well. LMA Manager, of course, all the classics, Championship Manager, all that kind of stuff. So let us know what classic management games you've had. We've had a bit of a dull game there, haven't we? I mean, we're dominating. We've had more shots, but we didn't get many highlights. We're going to have to tell the team that, yeah, we're not happy with that at all. Salgado's having a good game. Everyone else has been pretty poor. Not happy with your performance, guys. We'll tell the others that, yeah, they can do better. Let's see. Not happy with the midfield either. And we'll tell them up front, change the game for us. All right. Let's go for it into the second half now. We need a statement win here against Oviedo for the first game. You know, we're trying to sell the Bernabeu on this philosophy of kick and rush Route 1 football. So far, it's not working. All right, let's get a shout out there anyway. We'll encourage the team. We were doing a lot better than this in pre-season, but all right. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, let us know in the chat, like, what your classic management games that you've played over the years. Or football games in general, of course. A lot of good arcade football games around back in the day as well. We're going to have to look at making some substitutions here. So I think we've got to bring Figo on. We probably should have started with him. I'm just looking to give Guti some game time. Let's bring on Ivan Campo, future Bolton legend as well. And maybe we'll bring on Makalele for Hierro. There we go. Team talk. Get out there and make a difference. All right. Nice one. Oh, here we go. We got a corner. Roberto Carlos is going to whip this one in. Let's see if we can get a big near post header from Dion Dublin. We've got a penalty. We've got a penalty. Fantastic time. All right. Here we go. Who's taking the penalty for us? It's got to be Raul, surely, with the penalty kicks for Real Madrid. No, it's Figo. Figo's taking it, and he's missed. Figo, you had the chance. This is his debut, of course, his league debut. He would have just signed from Barcelona in real life here. Not endearing himself to the Bernabeu faithful there. But all right, we've got the corner coming in. Dion Dublin at the near post. Nearly gives us the lead. Okay, this is much, much better. Okay, Basketball Manager 2026 mobile doesn't have the faces like the old Manager Basketball. Yeah, that's the problem with the mobile version. I know in the PC version you can sort all that stuff out. You can mod the game and get the faces in, much as you do with Football Manager. But yeah, not on the mobile version. I don't generally go for the mobile versions of those games. All right, let's get the shout out there. We want to demand more. It looks like it's going to be a dull 0-0. Not the start we were looking for, but wait until you see who we've got in the next match. Our second game of the season is Barcelona away. So, okay, we've had a bit of a dull 0-0 here. I mean, we should have won that game, really, when you look at it. The shots we had, Figo missed the penalty. Dion Dublin had a great chance as well. But, you know, he's going to settle in. He'll get there. We should have won that match, definitely. Okay, let's go out there and see. Ooh, okay. Now, here's something. I kind of noted, just before I went live this evening, I kind of noted that we're a bit thin at right back. We only have Salgado. So, got to pronounce this name now. Salihamidzic. I think that's how you say it. But yes, we got the opportunity to sign him from Bayern. So let's go and do some contract negotiations here. See if you remember this guy, Bosnian international from back in the day. Right, let's have a look. So, all good. We'll find... It's one thing I've noticed. Every time I sign anybody here, they always, in this retro database, it's the same with David Batty when I brought him in, Dion Dublin. They all say, I want you to improve the first team coaching staff. I mean, can you imagine? You're signing for Real Madrid, and you're so full of yourself that you say, I want you to improve the backroom staff. I want you to promise that to me. Crazy stuff. All right. Now, as this is the year 2000, we can offer much lower wages than you would today. But, okay, let's just negotiate this guy down a little bit. Yearly wage rise. Always put that to 5%. Lock it as non-negotiable. Minimum fee release 95. All right, that all looks good. Let's suggest the terms. He wants a little bit more. Let's try and get him down to 19.5. There we go. Hopefully, he'll be with us shortly. All right, quick bit of transfer business. What we like to do. Next match, La Liga, Barcelona away. All right, I've got to do my post-match. So wait. They just had me negotiate a contract with a player and then go and do the post-match interview? That doesn't quite seem right, but okay. FM26, don't you just love it? Okay, Raul's bad day in front of goal. Yeah, it's just one of those days for him. Don't want to talk about opposition players, and off we go. All right, now we got to do it against Barca. That's the thing. We've got to make this tactic work against Barcelona. All right, so frustrated by the draw. Makalele also making his debut. Claude Makalele, what a throwback name that is. Send the assistant there to the press conference. I will do the press conference before the Barca game because that one's huge. You've got to do that one, haven't you? All right. Grande impressed by Everton. Boavista want to loan Jeremy. I don't have a space for him in the squad, so I'm going to accept that. There you go. Season tickets. We sold 64,000 season tickets. Wow. That is some serious business. All right. Good season ticket sales there. All right, good stuff. Anyway, don't forget, as we said, do jump in the chat as you join us for this live. We are managing Real Madrid in the 2000-2001 retro database. We are about to take on, look at that, Barcelona in the El Clasico derby. This is a game that you've got to see. Year 2000 Real Madrid against year 2000 Barcelona. That's going to be massive. Right, several clubs have made offers for Ongjenovic. All right, good. He's probably not in the squad anyway. Bayern Munich in... Oh, no, wait. That's the other player, isn't it? Okay, good. We will accept that one from Mallorca. And that one from Red Star. We'll reject the others. There we go. Good doing business with you. Like I said, I am going to do this press conference with Barca. I'll often skip these, especially on stream, but because it's such a massive game, I don't want to risk my assistant manager saying something stupid. Buy Michael Owen. I would love to. I tried for Michael Owen. He's asking for way too much money. I almost got Robbie Fowler with this. I kind of got, but it just got to the point where I didn't have the room in the wage budget, and he wouldn't budge on demanding like 90,000 a week, unfortunately. So no Liverpool strikers here, unfortunately. Maybe we'll go for someone in the January transfer window. We'll let the stream pick who we sign then. Okay, let's have a look. You want to end up on the right side of the rivalry. Lots of pressure. The fans will be demanding a win. Of course, there's always pressure in these big games. Always eagerly anticipated by the fans. Is the pressure getting to us at all? Nope. The fans play a massive part in the game. Cooler heads? No, you need a bit of needle in matches like this. That's what we're here for. Something special about matches like this. Oh, I look forward to these games. Yes. The fans in particular really, they keep asking me the same question, more or less. The same question over and over. Players, if the players don't get excited, they're in the wrong business. The added weight of expectation. They just keep going on about the fans. The fans are expectant. The fans are expectant. How does that... Every question has been pretty much the same. Okay. I don't really know the opposition manager. Haven't met him yet. Everyone's talking about Figo's return. Of course, think about this. In real life, Real Madrid have just signed Figo from Barca, and now we're going back to Barca. This is going to be a real pig's head moment that we got coming up. Leave a comment if you remember that. Okay. Figo's played in front of hostile crowds before. We'll play as we always do. And there you go. That's the press conference done. Obviously, it's a big game, so they had lots of questions for me. Thierry Henry. Well, of course, he would go to Spain in real life, but to Barcelona rather than Real Madrid. I'm sure he would have been fantastic at Real Madrid. But yes, a good shout for the time. But he's a bit too much of a cultured player for us, this old Thierry with his vavavoom. We want someone a bit more big, hulky target man or toe poke poacher. That's the style we play. All right, let's get out to the match anyway. It's coming up today, so it's a Wednesday night fixture. I'm sure they would fiddle the fixture list to not have it be the second game of the season and on a Wednesday night, unless they had to. But, all right. Jan Koller, yes, now there's a shout. You'll get Jan Koller in from Bayern Munich. Yes, the least German forward ever. Right, so Morientes is injured. I missed that one. So out for 7 days to 2 weeks. We'll manage somehow without him. So who do we bring in then? Sanchez will have to come in. We're going to put... No, he's unregistered. Whoops. Okay. This is where my squad's a bit too thin, I think. We're going to have to bring in Agrenjovic. Okay, so we're going to go with Figo, of course, is going to start. Right. Going to get Figo out there in the attacking midfield position. Everything else, though, I'm happy with. Maybe we'll start with Makaleli. And we'll put Hierro in defense instead of Karanka. There we go. That's a good call, I think. Right, I'm going to have to put Julio Cesar into the team for Sanchez. There we go. Lovely stuff. All right, so we're going up here. This is the big one. This is the big one. So let's make sure we can do this. Proceed to match. Yes, please. Okay, good. The teams are warming up. The anticipation is building. All right, let's see what we get here. Okay, big game here. Away to Barcelona. Only our second league game in charge. What else can you say other than we know how much this means to our fans? Get out there and make a difference. Make me proud. All right, let's do a little bit there. Am I on Twitch? I am not on the. I'm not on the other live stream channel. No, just doing it here on TikTok. Multi-streaming. Maybe we'll investigate that in the future. For now, we'll just stick solo to TikTok. I am though recording an archive of this, and that will be available on my long form channel later on. After probably tomorrow, something like that. All right, it might be a cliche. Is the first goal all important? Yes, he made it clear. Yeah, we have to stick to our game plan. It's Derby Day. It's always a tremendous occasion. That'll do. All right, here we go. Big game. Straight away, straight off the bat. We're traveling to the Nou Camp. Not the Spotify Nou Camp. Maybe at the time it was the Walkman Nou Camp, something like that. And we are taking on Barcelona as Real Madrid. Let's see if our Route 1 tactic is going to work. Can big Dion Dublin score the winner here against Barcelona? Will Ehigou or David Batty play a role in this game? Let's see how it goes. Let's get the score predictions in the chat. What are you expecting from this game for us? We should have had a look at the Barcelona lineup, actually, to see what they've got. I mean, we've got Pep there, Josep Guardiola. There's a few future managers in this Barcelona team. We've got Pep Guardiola in this team. We've got Xavi and Luis Enrique, so all future Barcelona managers. Patrick Kluivert, of course, is a manager these days as well. So, yeah, quite a lot of them in here who've gone into management. Emmanuel Petit's here as well. De Boer, of course, he's gone into management as well. We've got a young Carlos Puyol in here. Marc Overmars, Rivaldo. This is quite a big team here for Barcelona. But we need to battle our way to the win. And there we go. Some tough tackling from Makaleli to win us the ball. Him and Hierro, they're doing a bit too much neat passing. We want a bit more of that. There we go. Raul, you've got Dion in the middle. Come on, Raul. Use him. Use the big man. Makaleli with the shot. That was a good effort. A good effort. Is this before Robbie Keane? No, Robbie Keane is in this database. In this database, this is where Robbie Keane is at Inter Milan, back as a 19-year-old. And he's at an Inter Milan side with, R9 Ronaldo, with Christian Vieri in there as well, with Hakan Şükür. So he's in there with a world-class set of strike partners. We'll get an encouraged shout out for the team here. But yeah, that's the thing I love about this database. Just bringing together some of those talents, or taking some of those people who, didn't quite reach the heights that were expected of them, didn't follow up on that youthful burst onto the scene they had, and then turning them into true global superstars, like Freddie Ehigou, for example. But anyway, we get to half-time at 0-0. We haven't had any goals yet, a game and a half, and no goals. This is not what I was anticipating. All right, everybody dig in. Give it everything you've got. Defense, we're playing well. Solid defensive work. Keep it up. Midfielders, you weren't that bad. I believe in you. And keep going. All right, let's get out there for the second half. You would sound like a great commentator. Good. I'm gonna read that as you do sound like a great commentator. I'll take that. Yeah, maybe sports commentary was something I should have got into. But there's more opportunities for that these days, I suppose. You could easily get a gig online, doing some online radio commentary, something like that. Build up a portfolio that way. But back in my day, there was no easy way in, I guess. Not that I ever really seriously thought about it. All right, we've got Barcelona coming at us here. Hopefully not to take the lead. Come on, let's get the ball up the other end. Win it off them here. Oh, Patrick Kluivert. I think that was one of my defenders who did that, wasn't it? That was a terrible ball. Oh, man, let's look at the replay on that one. So let's have a look at this here. It's Pep Guardiola. Juan skips past the defender there. Who's that? Makaleli, what was he doing there? Why was he playing the ball into the 6-yard box? Right, I'm going to have to take him off. That you deserve to be subbed off if you've done something like that. Right? Like, you don't stay on the pitch. Flavio Conceição comes on. We're going to tell him plenty of time out there to change the game. Let's go for it. Move to a 4 at the back. 4-4-2. We do have a 4-4-2 as backup. But no, we're going to stick with this. We're going to give it time. This can work. This can work. Trust me. Trust the process. There we go. David Batty, Figo, Dion Dublin. Now it's working. Roberto Carlos into Figo. Come on, Figo. Pull this back. Roberto Carlos. Oh, we've got Conceição just on as a sub. See, this is how we play. Bring Maka on. Yes, we will. We'll give it up to 70 minutes. Figo's only on a 6.4. So after this highlight, Steve McManaman is going to come on. But here we go. Roberto Carlos. There we go. The nice little bit of triangle passing. Conceição is going for the long shots, isn't he? Right, let's bring on Macas. Where are we? Steve McManaman. On you come for Figo. Figo's just bottled it on his return to the new camp. Not happy with that. There you go. Steve McManaman. Here he comes. You asked, we deliver. Right. Let's get a demand more shout out there. We don't want to concede here. Pep with the corner. When did he become Pep? Because here he's Josep Guardiola. Was he always Pep? I don't know. I always called him Guardiola back in the day. Pep was more of, you tell the players to refrain from long shots. I do have that set up. I guess Conceição perhaps needs an individual instruction on that score. Right, let's have a look for... Let's check that out, actually. Conceição. Player instructions. Let's have a look. Long shots. So, crosses, shooting. He's got shoot more often on. I'm going to put him on to shoot less. So we'll get him making the passes in. That'll be a bit better. Okay, good stuff. Confirm those changes and get out there. All right. Thank you for sharing the live. Please do get those likes and those shares out there as well. Much appreciated. All right, did we get a new follower? I must have missed that. Oh, Door910. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. In this final few minutes, let's go positive. I mean, we don't want to go too attacking with Route 1 because then you push everybody too far up and you just cause problems for yourself. Can we get a late dramatic equalizer here? Or is it all just going to go wrong here? All right, well, let's see what we get. Okay, there we go. Ehigou with the big header. unfortunately, it just falls to a Barca player. Come on, let's close them down. Get the ball off them. We should be all about tough tackling, not standing off. Oh, no, that was terrible. What the hell was that from Casillas? What the hell was that? Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Let's hit the reset button. Let's accidentally close the game and reload it after that. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Casillas, what is that? What was that? There was absolutely no reason for him to dive at the ball like that. And if he'd stayed on his line, he would have saved it. Oh, thank you, Dor. Appreciated. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening as well. And hopefully it's going to get better than this because, Casillas. So we had Figo miss a penalty in the first game and a Casillas blunder and a Makalele blunder. Don't forget that here. Not a great start. We have won the Super Cup, I suppose, but very disappointed. Right, we're going to have to rebuild. Sebastian Frey in as a replacement. Yeah, maybe we'll put Bodo Ilgner back in. Let him back into the team. Yes. The result was a disappointment. Yeah, how much does it hurt to lose to a rival like that? Feel bad for the fans. There you go. Try and get in there with the fans a little bit. Dearie me. What a terrible result. Anyway, we'll get that out of the way. Get that one out of our system early in the season. Figo suffers defeat against his former club. All very terrible stuff. Right. We're doing well through pre-season as well. Celta Vigo next. So we got a couple of big games because Celta Vigo at the time were big. We got Athletic Club after that as well. Champions League. I haven't told you about our Champions League draw yet. So this is the old group stage format. So we are in a group with Feyenoord, Bayer Leverkusen, Panathinaikos. So we definitely should be getting out of that group. That's for sure. But anyway, when World Cup database is released, can you do what you did with Auckland for the lowest ranked team? Certainly. I'll certainly have some plans for the World Cup database. One thing I've done in the past is to run a series of saves where I start with the lowest ranked team and kind of keep working my way up, trying to win the tournament with the lowest ranked team that I can. But I think, what would be the best nation in this year's World Cup to do that with, to recreate that Auckland save with, or that Auckland challenge, I wonder. Who's going to be the lowest ranked nation? Is it going to be someone like Cape Verde or Curacao? Something like that? Yeah, that's definitely a good shout. All right, I'll send my assistant. I'm not facing the press after that. But all right, the games are coming thick and fast. We've got Celta de Vigo in 2 days. All right. We got to watch out here, though. Morale, hopefully, doesn't dip too much. All right, let's go for it. All right. Good stuff. But yeah, of course, with the World Cup update, the international update from Football Manager, we haven't heard anything yet. There was talk earlier in the year that they were waiting for the playoffs to be done, and once the final draw was known, they would be getting that World Cup update out, and people were expecting at least some news by the end of March. We're now very close to the end of April. No news yet. I don't know. What do you think? What are we going to hear from Sports Interactive, if anything, about this international management module? I'm hoping. I've been looking. If any of you played FM Mobile, there's a little kind of preview of what it might look like there. You can do some international challenges. You can do a kind of quick start where you start about 6 weeks before the World Cup, so you've got time to play your friendlies, pick your squad. Hopefully something like that. That would be good. If we could do something like that as well. We've got no transfer budget left for this signing. Let's interact with the board. See if we can get them to mandate it for us. Okay, we don't want to be left behind by our rivals. This is really important. Never mind. They're not going to sanction the transfer. That is annoying. Never mind. I thought we'd got one there. So Haiti is the lowest ranked as of now, but there's a couple of decent players switch nationality. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that because, players switching nationality right before the World Cup. That's a bit, yeah, that's a bit like, come on. Like, if you switch nationality at the start of or during the qualifying campaign, that's fair enough. But if you switch nationality after the draw's been made, because then you are expecting to be picked and you're taking a place away from somebody who actually helped qualify the team. So I'm not sure how I feel about players switching nationality right before the tournament. Maybe, there should be a rule that if you switch nationality, you then got to wait a year before you represent the team or something like that. Maybe just to avoid that kind of glory hunting. I'm going to get myself out there on the grandest stage of them all by just deciding to once I felt like it. Not the way I would do things. Real Madrid declare interest in Ferdinand. Did I? When did I do that? I mean, Rio Ferdinand would be a good signing. I'd happily bring him in. Right then, let's have a look. What are we going to do with this team to improve on the last result? I think we're going to drop Makalele after that clanger. Do we bring in... We've got Cesar here, 28-year-old Spanish goalkeeper. We've got Bodo Ilgner. I'm going to bring Bodo Ilgner in there. Early 90s football, I remember him just being the Germany goalkeeper, the West Germany goalkeeper, when they were winning far too much. We're going to start McManaman as well. And let's go to the match and see what we can do here. All right, good stuff. Oh, sorry, I missed that, Ollie Jono. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. A bunch, DR Congo as well, yeah. They're trying to get Bachiabu and Maulu. Yes, again, it's that kind of thing, because, of course, with the playoff qualification, they only just qualified, didn't they? So it's like those players are just sitting around waiting. Oh, I'll consider if you qualify for the World Cup. Yeah. Okay, we want much better from the team tonight. Let's go out there. Everybody, we've got faith in you. Get out there. Do us proud. All right. Good stuff. Let's have a look. Do you feel your ambitions for the club are matched by the president? Yes. Can you explain Iker Casillas' absence today? Yes. It's my right as manager to pick somebody else. All right. We're dropping him after that clanger against our biggest rivals. There we go. But I remember back in the day, 98 World Cup, France 98, Jamaica qualified, and then we had a lot of players in the English leagues with Caribbean heritage who suddenly started playing for Jamaica. I think Ehigou was one. But I remember, like with Ehigou, he did start playing for Jamaica like earlier than the World Cup. It's not like he made his debut a couple of weeks before the World Cup or something like that. And then with Trinidad and Tobago, 2006 World Cup, there were, again, English players who suddenly decided they wanted to play for Trinidad and Tobago. Birchall was one of them, if you remember him. That was a bit of an interesting one. I can't remember what was... It was a bit of a stretch for Birchall. I forget his first name now. Was it Paul Birchall to prove his nationality for Trinidad and Tobago? It was like through a grandparent or something like that. But yeah, that was one that came up as well. So we've had some interesting international switches over the years. Yeah, but if you can think of any interesting ones where a player suddenly turned out for another club, whether through some family connection or naturalization, let us know in the comments ones that you remember. All right, let's see if we can get a grip on this game. Celta Vigo. It's only 1 minute 30 and we've had a lot of highlights already. Let's go for... No, we'll wait for a shout until this corner's been taken. I've got a good feeling about this one. Roberto Carlos, he's going for an outswinger to the far post. Dion's going to get his big head on it. Dion Dublin. That's what I'm talking about. Roberto Carlos picks out the target man. Big Dion Dublin. Goals under the hammer. Look at this. Just rises above the defender. Look at the reach he got on that. The jumping reach. Absolutely fantastic. Welcome to the Bernabeu, Dion. All right. Imagine the amount of players from Netherlands switching to Suriname if they qualified. Indeed. I mean, they've already got quite a few Dutch-based players, and then I'm sure they'd get a load more. Indonesia as well, of course. They were already calling up a lot of Dutch-based players for their qualification campaign. They didn't quite make it, but I'm sure if they had qualified, they would have got a lot more who suddenly declared allegiance. Ooh, Oh, that was a bit of a speculative shot, but a decent effort from Conceição. All right, let's get a praise shout out because we had a couple of rough games there. But now that we're playing well, we've got to get everybody's confidence up, everybody's morale up, and things like that. Of course, in England, I guess we've had Jack Grealish, Declan Rice doing the switch from Ireland. Back in the 90s, there was always that hope early in his career that we could get Ryan Giggs to switch from Wales to England. Of course, he represented England at youth level, but it never happened. Oh, here we go. Raul. Oh, come on, Raul. You should have buried that. And then I remember, was it Aaron Hunt, German player? Am I thinking of the right person? But yeah, there was some talk of him coming over to England, but it never happened. We did get Owen Hargreaves, of course. He could have played for Canada or Germany, but he went for England instead. Another good footballing memory, that one. But okay, here we go. David Batty. We're building from the back. It's a little bit too patient. Let's get the big ball up. There we go. Looking for Roberto Carlos. Raul hits the post. Has Raul been cursed? Has Danhausen appeared in the year 2000 and said to Raul, "You are cursed," because he's just not scoring so far this evening. He's hit the post. He's missed a sitter. Oh, dearie me. Anyway, let's see. Maybe he'll get a goal in a little bit. Hopefully. Something's building here. Vigo trying to match our long ball stuff. Oh, Ugo Ehigou, what are you doing? He wasn't even looking where the ball was. It hit him on the back of the leg. And now Celta Vigo have a chance to score. Ooh, Ugo Ehigou, what were you doing? What were you doing? I need to give him a concentrate shout. Need to tell him to focus. Definitely. He got caught out a bit there, and then he's almost running into his teammate. Okay, here we go. Salgado. I think there's a goal coming here. I can feel it. Oh, maybe a penalty. No, Stevie McManaman. Okay, there's something coming. Here we go. Steve McManaman. Ooh, hits it right at the keeper. We're playing a lot better in this game, though. If you've been watching since the start of the stream, you'll see that we're playing a lot better. We are... Yes, we're creating a lot of chances. We were creating chances against Real Oviedo, but we just weren't converting any of them. Anyway, let's see what we can do. I think we lost everybody after the defeat to Barca. Oh, great play from Salgado to close that down. Get it over there. Raul still can't score. Raul still can't score. Come on. Come on, Raul. Get yourself in the game. Get your head in the game. Okay, we need more possession in the second half. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of better. That's what we're going for. We'll keep telling everyone you weren't that bad, but you can improve. Dion, you're playing well. Raul, need to sort it out, mate. All right, let's get out there for the second half. Let's see. 1-0. I'm a bit nervous at 1-0. Raul giving away the foul there straight away. Shows commitment, I suppose. But I'm a bit nervous at 1-0. We need a second goal. Here we go. Are we getting a carbon copy of the first goal? Roberto Carlos is going to whip this one in. He's looking for Dion Dublin at the back post. That's why we signed him. That's why we signed Big Dion. Goals under the hammer. He didn't score there, of course, but, you know. Yeah, it's a good line. It's a good line. Right. We'll wait until after this highlight for a shout. Do you ever have that in Football Manager where a highlight begins just as you press a shout and then the highlight immediately disappears? Raul, finally. He's uncursed himself. There you go. 2-0. Now we'll get the praise shout out there. It's all clicking. It's all clicking in Game 3 this evening. So good stuff. We're finally making some headway. Can I just check with the people who are in the stream at the moment? Is the stream running smooth for you? Because on my TikTok studio here, it is looking quite choppy. So I just want to check it's running okay for everybody else. Right, let's just get that set up. See if I can get on the stream from my phone, from my alt account, just so I can have a look. Right, there we go. Okay. Just monitoring from my phone. It looks okay. So, yeah, but do let me know if you got anything. The stream looks a bit choppy, anything like that. And we'll try and play around with the settings a bit from this end. Thank you for sending the like, Andy. Yeah, do hit those likes. Keep those coming in. Share the live as well so we can get it out to as many people as possible. Here we go. Salgado coming down the flank. He's looking for Raul. Raul, it's a penalty. Okay, it's a penalty here. Good stuff. We're going to get this one now. It's going to be goal number 3. Figo is not on the pitch to miss it this time. Hierro. We've missed 2 penalties this evening in 3 games. What is going on? Yeah. Why can't we score penalties this evening? It's another curse. All right. But we're winning the game at least. Let's make some subs. Got some tired legs out there. So I am kind of retraining Steve McManaman to play as a wing-back. I know he did that a little bit for Terry Venables back in the day. Take Salgado off because he's on a yellow. We're going to bring on Morientes as well. No, Morientes is injured, isn't he? I haven't forgiven Makalele yet. Let's bring on Julio Cesar. Hierro can come off. You missed a penalty, so you leave the pitch. That's the way we play it. And we're going to bring on Celades for Conceição because he's on a yellow too. All right. Get out there, make an impact. There we go. All right. This is looking good. We're on for the win. We're into the final 10 minutes here. If we throw this away now, yeah. That would be highlight worthy for all the wrong reasons. But anyway, let's win this one. There we go. Steve McManaman pressing up as the wing back. Good stuff. Gets the cross in. Raul gets the second goal. Absolutely fantastic stuff. The curse is definitely lifted now. 4-0 here against a decent Celta Vigo team. Remember back in 2000. Celta Vigo were regularly getting into the latter stages of European competition. So, this is a good result. Don't sniff at this one. We're doing well here. It's a big result. In front of the home crowd, Dion Dublin's endeared himself to the Bernabeu faithful. Let's see. Can we add goal number 5 here? Here we go. Big Dion. He lays it back to McManaman. Going for Raul. Looking for that hat-trick. Figo lays it off for Raul. Figo gets deflected for a corner. This is all good stuff. I like the way we're playing in this game. All right, Roberto Carlos with the in-swinger this time. We got Dion Dublin at the near post looking to mix things up, acting as the disruptor. Here we go. McManaman. Oh, look at that. Hit the bar. What an effort that was. This has been a fantastic performance. Thank you very much. We will take this one. All right. Yeah, things you love to see. Maybe there's still time for another goal here. Hopefully for us, we want to keep the clean sheet. Juan Fran. There's another great player of the past. Oh, Dion Dublin. Great interception. He's released McManaman. McManaman is going to lay this off for someone here. There we go. And it's a sub. Celades makes it 4-0. McManaman as a wing-back. This is going to work. I think we need to play him there quite regularly. Because him and Figo, it's one or the other in the attacking midfield position. So McManaman as a wing-back, definitely the way to go. All right. Lovely stuff in this game. Fantastic win. We finally get our first win of the season. There you go. That's 3 points in the bag. Good win for us. Well done. All right. We're going to have a post-match interview, I'm sure. Let's have a look. The present set of circumstances, how big is this result? It's an immense result. Must have gone down well with you. I hate it when they ask this question. Will the players be getting a day off training? No. Okay. What a spellbinding display. Was that how you saw it? Exceptional. There we go. All done. Yes. I always hate that question in the Football Manager press conferences, and it's been there for years. Like, are you going to give the players a day off for their fantastic performance in this game? Just like, no. Why would you just put that thought in their heads? Anyway, is being Real Madrid not a bit boring? Well, that is why we're spicing it up here, Macduff. So we're playing on the 2000-2001 database. And sure, you might say Real Madrid at the time, reigning Champions League holders. But we're doing things a bit differently. You see, if I bring up my squad, we're making life a bit more difficult for ourselves. We're playing Route 1 football. So we're going for long balls up top. And to really get things going, we've got Dion Dublin here as our big target man. We've got David Batty as our combative defensive midfielder. And we've got Ehigou as our no-nonsense, kick-it-long central defender. So, yes, if it's just a regular Real Madrid save, it would be a bit boring. But we have, spiced it up a bit. We've set ourselves a bit of a challenge here. So, yeah, hopefully it's less boring. No David Batty slander. There was no slander there on David Batty. He's, giving us that bite in midfield. That's what we love to see. We want to see David Batty sliding in from 5 meters away and taking people down. And, we've given him a chance here at a big club like Real Madrid. He was, Blackburn, Leeds? I don't know. Was there anywhere else David Batty played for? I almost said David Platty. Bit of a portmanteau with that one. Okay, I am going to cancel that one. We don't want to loan this guy out because we couldn't get that other signing in. So let's take him off the loan list. All right. Is this database on Steam? It is indeed. If you go and look up 2001 database, look up a creator called The Mad Scientist. That's where you can get this from. What team do I support? Asked the Liverpool supporter. You will not like the answer. Let's just say that much. Newcastle. Yes, David Batty was at Newcastle, wasn't he? I should have known that one. I used to live in Newcastle in the late 90s. I was a student at the university there. That was the time when, of course, they had Shearer, they had Kevin Keegan, Kenny Dalglish, and then Ruud Gullit as manager in my time there. It was a good time to live in the city, although they never quite won any titles or anything like that. All right, send my assistant to that, and there we go. So I'll let you guess, Liverpool supporter. Go ahead, guess. What would be a team that I would support that you would not like? Yes. And if anybody asks me to explain, am I from that place and what's my connection to that place, I'll explain it. You are correct. Manchester United, it is indeed. So Chelsea Edits likes the skin. Yep, this one is from Mr. Tinney. He made this skin. So, yes, it's definitely been a breath of fresh air for the game, I think. Having the skin has definitely just got rid of it's decluttered the game a little bit. I wouldn't say it's made it brilliant. There's still things I don't like about the UI, but it's good that we got the option to just play around with some things and change them around a bit. All right, let's start with Steve McManaman as a wing-back for this game. No, let's not do that. It's away from home against Athletic Club. So we'll leave him on the bench for now. I'm going to start Figo this time. Is Morientes fit yet? No, he's still got 4 days off. Casillas, I'll gradually return him to favour. We'll put him on the subs bench for this one. There we go. Go to the match. Who's my favourite player at Manchester United? You mean the current Manchester United? That's a good question. I mean, I was excited for Šeško to join the team, but I think that comes from football manager bias. We can call that one. And Mbuemo was a good signing at the start of the season as well. But, I think I'd go for somebody like Luke Shaw, someone who's been there a while, someone who's a bit more of a kind of, classic mould Manchester United player. Luke Shaw's someone I imagine Alex Ferguson would have signed. So I can go with that one as well. Mainu, of course, another good player, although he's doesn't seem to have carried through the form into this season as much. But yeah, I don't watch the Premier League much these days because I don't have Sky or anything like that, and I always forget to watch Match of the Day and can't be bothered to watch it on iPlayer. Your skin got reset after the last update. Yes, so what you'll have to do, whichever skin you're using, wherever you downloaded it from, you'll have to go back and download an updated version. Make sure you check that it works with the latest update. And then you should be able to fix it. If, of course, your skin creator has done that. So We've got a question here. Can you show the league stage? The league stage of the Champions League, do you mean? Or the La Liga table? I am playing on the retro database, so that means the Champions League here is back in the old groups of 4. La Liga, yeah, I'll bring up the La Liga table after this game. You'll see it possibly during the match as well. Let's see, are we confident of a good showing? Yes. How would I describe my relationship with Textu Rojo? I don't know him. There you go, it's true. All right, here we go. So, Athletic Club. They're playing a 4-4-2. Lovely stuff. That's what we love to see here, isn't it? All right. And Real Madrid, we're playing our 5-2-3. Route 1 football, baby. Okay, there you go. You got the league table up there for... the La Liga table up there for a second. But we're early in the season. We've only played 3 games. We've already lost to Barcelona. If you missed that one, that was earlier in the stream. Casillas is not playing for us because he dropped an absolute clanger in that game. Flapped at a ball when he didn't need to, when we were pushing for an equaliser, and cost us the chance for a comeback. So I've dropped him, benched him. Makaleli also gave the ball away for the first goal, so he's been benched as well. All right, let's get the ball off Athletic Club here. Oh, I thought that was going over, but it hit the underside of the bar. Good play from Salgado to bring that down. Basque has no relation to Spanish, and it's regarded as an isolated language. I do know that, yes. It's one of those languages it's difficult for linguists to put that into any kind of linguistic group. Well, I suppose that's what isolated language means, doesn't it? How did I do this? You mean the retro database? I just downloaded it off Steam. Damn, that's not good. Right, we'll have to get out a demand more shout there. I'd suggest 4-2-4 with Real Madrid. Attacking wing-back direct style and gegenpress. Yeah, well, what we're trying to do here is bring in this Anti-Galactico football. So I'm going for Route 1. We're looking for... get the ball out to the wing-backs and then either have them bomb forward and cross to Dion Dublin or go for crosses from deep. So we're trying to build a system here. We're trying to build a system. If you know, you know. Here we go. Roberto Carlos. It's cut inside. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that, but okay. Let's get the long ball up to big man Dion Dublin. There we go. Dion splits the defence. Raul has been so hot and cold this evening. He eventually did score a couple of goals in the last game, but he's missed sitters like that one. That is just not Raul-like at all. He's struggling with the instructions, I think. But he should have the goal scorer's instinct there. Here we go. Roberto Carlos. What a save. Well, that was. What a save. Oh, good luck indeed. Yeah, it looks like we're going to need it. Especially, probably going to have to work on an away-from-home version of the tactic, because we didn't do well away to Barca. We're a goal down here. But I think, you know, just with the right mindset, we can get back into this. All right, here we go. Salgado. Come on, let's get an equaliser before half-time, guys. Here we go. He's launching it. Figo. Get it into big Dion Dublin. Salgado. There we go. Roberto Carlos has done it. Right. Cancel. There we go. All right. I wanted to cancel that demand more shout. Oh, I love this camera angle. Look at that. Beautiful ball to Figo. Figo just draws the defenders. Salgado in acres of space. And then Roberto Carlos cuts inside. Beautiful goal. That's what we love to see. Playing more passive away and putting mentality down by one helps you in tough away games. Yeah, that's true. That does work sometimes. I think I'm going balanced because it's Route 1. If we go too attacking, it's just going to squeeze everything. Oh, look at that. Dion Dublin. That's what we signed him for. He can score with his feet as well as his head. But that was a great goal. A great comeback here. That's 2 goals in 2 minutes. Oh, lovely stuff. Figo just controls that beautifully. Picks out Dion Dublin. He just pivots. First time shot. Get in. Get in. Yeah, so balanced is kind of the highest I go. We might go positive if we're chasing a game late. Yeah, maybe in those tough away fixtures we need to drop down one to cautious. and hit teams on the counter a little bit more. But Real Madrid, we shouldn't have that too many games where we need to do that. Really. We had one already away to Barca. And we didn't do it. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Oh, good effort there. This is a good game, this. Real end-to-end stuff. We will get a praise shout-out to congratulate the players on reclaiming the lead. Well, reclaiming the lead. Claiming the lead. This is our first time in the lead in this game. All right, nice stuff here. Come on. Let's close this one out. Let's get to half-time with the lead intact. Ooh, I thought for a second we were going to concede there. All right, did have a bit of lag in the game that time. That was my PC. All right, so the assistant manager always wants me to remove get stuck in. Never get stuck in. It's the only way. We will have no get stuck in slander here. Oh, this doesn't look good. Athletic Club. Okay, offside. Nice. Good. We're going to get... Oh, no, the highlight continues. Bodo Ilgner. This is a good angle, isn't it? Everyone's a bit static, though. But let's have a look. See, no, we went for the long ball on this occasion. It didn't work. You've got to aim for Dion. Dion's got to get there first. Right. Let's see. Can we just hold on here? Come on, referee. Got to blow that whistle. There's only 20 seconds of the half left. Roberto Carlos, half-assed clearance. Damn. I had a feeling that was coming. But okay. We'll have a word at half-time. We'll have a word. You can see, if you're asking about the league table before, we got that up here. So Barcelona are currently way out in front. We are in 5th. But I don't think that's taken into account the equaliser yet. All right, let's address the team. Let's go. Dig in. Right, keep going. No one apart from Dion Dublin is having a great game. Conceição is having a terrible game. We're going to tell him as much. Get it together, man. And he's demotivated. Lovely. Raul weren't that bad. Okay, let's take off Conceição. Don't like it when players go into a strop like that. Celades. He did well in the last game, so we'll bring him in. Confirm the changes. And off we go for the second half. All right, lovely stuff. Thank you for joining us, by the way, on this lovely Wednesday evening. Do let us know where you're joining from, which part of the world, or which part of the country, if you're in the UK. And, yeah, what football manager saves you have got on the go at the moment, if you're playing the game at all. Or if you're not playing FM26, what's it going to take to bring you back? Let's get all those thoughts in the chat. Don't forget to hit the like and share the live as well. We almost went 3-2 down there. We've got to get a bit of an encouraged shout out here. Get my team back in this. All right, good. Good. We dealt with that nicely. All right. Let's see what we can do from here. Can we reassert ourselves in this game? Oh, that's not good. That's not good. We're now 3-2 down. We've fallen behind again. Oh, no, offside. Good. Phew. Sigh of relief. Okay, I mean, we were doing well in that first half. Went behind early on. We came back 2 goals in quick succession to take the lead. But that injury time goal really hurt us there. All right, let's see. Going to have to make some substitutions soon. We're going to have to weather this storm. Athletic Club seem to have sussed us out a bit here at half-time. That one's not going to be disallowed, is it? All right, this is not good here. Not good at all, right. We're going to need some changes. I think we're going to have to... See, Figo's having another quiet one. Raul's not having a good game. But what options do we have to change things up, shake things up a bit? I'm going to bring on Ivan Campo. And we'll bring on Steve McMenamin for Figo. There we go. Right. Go out there and make an impact. Right, let's see if we can get back into this. We need a comeback goal here. All right, Barcelona 4-1 up away to Celta Vigo, putting our result last week to shame. Okay. Raul. I think I need to drop Raul at this point. I need Morientes to get fit again, and then we'll go with Big Dion and Morientes up front. Morientes was always the unwanted child for Real Madrid. Okay. Good. We want to give him a run in the team. Let him prove himself. Right. Let's have a look. I mean, yeah, stats-wise, Athletic Bilbao have had the better of the game. Right. 15 minutes to go here. It's all gone a bit quiet. We're going to have to demand more here. And it's all been Athletic Bilbao in the second half. That's what I don't like. Right, we just need a lucky break. We need a lucky break. We need to just remember what we're here to do. Get that long ball up to Big Dion. Oh, Salgado diving in with the tackle. I appreciate the effort, but not good. Not good at all. Right. Why can't I skip this? Right, finally I can. Right, not a good day at the office, this. It's not working out the way we wanted. I think we're going to have to make the big call. Take Raul off just because he's been so poor this evening. So Muntis is my only other striker at this point, who's looking anxious. The whole team, they're all like bricking it. Right, team talk. Go out there and make an impact. It's just not going well here tonight. Have we made it too difficult for ourselves here? We're going to have to really give this team a big dressing down at full time. Right, Bodo, Ilgner. Come on, let's launch one up. Let's get it on the head of Dion Dublin. Maybe we can set up an exciting finish here. Oh, it's just launching them too long. Or Dion's not getting in the right place. I don't get it. But anyway, here we go. Here we go. The counter's coming. Muntis, come on. Get it in there. Takes a deflection. Not what we were looking for. Not what we were looking for. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Come on. Let's get a big head on this. A big Real Madrid-shaped head on this. Get up the other end and score. I don't think we're going to get 2 goals in the time remaining. If we concede one and go 5-2 down, oh my God, then we're definitely going to have to go back to the tactical drawing board. Right. I think we've got a good tactic here to beat, like, the average teams in the Liga, but obviously not the big ones. Right. Back to the drawing board for sure here. That is terrible. Deary me, deary me. Ouch. Ouch. Right. Where is the throw the water bottle and kick the chair? All of you in for training tomorrow. Absolutely. Oh, dearie me, that was terrible. Sorry you had to watch that. Completely unacceptable. Okay. We don't need major changes, though. We're going to stick with the system. All right. That'll do. All right. Let's try and finish on a high. We need to get a big win in our next game. So let's see who we've got next. Right. We've got Malaga away. Now, that's a game that we should be able to win. Yeah. We were just poor in the second half. I think the problem is, I always have this in Football Manager. When I come up with a new tactic, it's then the tweaking of it, like, how do I tweak this in games? It takes a while of playing with the tactic to kind of get those ideas. So there, I was kind of looking at it and I was thinking, well, who do I have on the bench here who can come on and change the game? I didn't really have anybody, unfortunately. Right, so we got an international window coming up. The Malaga game is before that. So what we will do for the stream is we're going to go ahead and play the Malaga game. We're going to play up to the international break, basically. Let me just check. Is the Malaga game the last one before the international window? No, Racing Santander is. So we've got Malaga, Racing Santander, 2 winnable games. Let's see if we can win both of them. and then we'll wrap the stream up there for this evening. But yeah, I was hoping for something a bit better. Let's talk to Jeremy about the injury. He's not at the club at the moment. Anyway, let's move on. All right, good stuff. Okay, let's go to our next match. So tomorrow. I mean, I am finding with FM26 going between games, especially when you're playing like weekend, midweek, it's fairly quick getting through from one match to the next. But that's come at the cost of some of that kind of immersion in the game. I don't know if anybody else has found the same thing. So yeah, I think in the past you would just get a greater variety of things. You see here, like I appreciate on the vertical stream you can't see the full screen. So I've got my messages just off to the side here. But then it's just here. There's so many little panels. It's just like you don't know what to look at. And okay, you can click on these and okay, the news will pop up there. But it's just like Football Manager hasn't been successful in ingraining that in my brain that, oh, let's click on this. And that'll be interesting. It was before you would get a screen or you would get a news item and you'd get the big bold text saying, okay, here's some player stats from the current season. And then you just have a look at it. You don't have to click on anything. It's adding in the click kind of makes you less likely to look at it, in my opinion. That's the conundrum that SI need to solve ahead of FM27, in my belief. Oh, thank you for the follow, Brandon. Appreciate it. All right, good stuff. Let's get on to the next game and see if we can actually get back to winning ways. Yes, especially after that terrible performance against Athletic Bilbao. Right, we're going to have to make some changes here. Now, I think here against a smaller team, this should be okay. Now, we're dropping, of course, Bodo Ilgner. You know, we're very fickle with our goalkeepers. So, Casillas got dropped for a clanger that cost us a game early in the stream. Morientes is still not back, so we've got to stick with Raul. And then, yeah, Bodo Ilgner must be dropped after that last game. Right, what other changes are we going to make? Julio Cesar in for Hierro. I'm going to move into defensive midfield. I think that's going to work nicely. All right, good stuff. Let's go to the match. Hopefully a few personnel changes. Wait, no, we need McManaman in there. McManaman on for Figo. All right, that's better. I'm happy with that. Right, let's see if we can get back to winning ways here. All right, off we go. Team's warming up. Hopefully we can, we can pull it off here. All right, there we go. So, who have we got in this Malaga team at the time? This was a few years before Malaga got their rich owners and had their little run where they got into Europe and so on. Let's talk to the media. Your team have hit a purple patch in front of goal recently. Just not in front of our own goal, unfortunately. Malaga, could they take the points? We've got to go into this with a positive mindset. There are no easy games now. Off we go. All right. Away to Malaga. Always nice to visit Malaga in late August. Good part of the world to be in. But all right, let's see if we can do it this time. Or we might have to switch. We might have to switch over to that 4-4-2. We need to get up the table here. All right, Omar's asking, you haven't played FM26 since launch day. Is it better now? Yes, it's better. I would say definitely. Is it perfect? No. I mean, it's still not the game that we know and love. It still hasn't got that magic that FM24 or some of the older versions had. But it's definitely improved. It's definitely better. A lot more stable. I did have, not on launch day, but during the early access period, I had some technical issues, some crashes and things like that. Those have disappeared. The game just seems to run a little bit more smoothly. But it's still not perfect. We were just discussing a little bit earlier about the UI and how, it's just like too much is crammed onto the screen. I'd rather they take a less is more approach. If, you know, that information was presented a little bit better. Some screens you just got like 10 or 12 different tiny boxes, and then you just end up looking at none of them. So then you kind of lose that connection with the game world, unfortunately. Oh, we nearly go behind there. But yeah, so it's better, but it's not perfect, I would say. So you haven't played since launch day. Are you tempted to get back into it, Omar? Do you think the World Cup update, the international update, might tempt you back in? Or are you not? Are you just going to wait for FM27? Right, we need to get ourselves into this game here. So we're going to demand more because this is a game that we should be in control of. I'm seeing too much of Malaga on the ball. We're going to have to go back to the drawing board with the tactic. Oh, Roberto Carlos clearing off the line. It's good that he got back and covered that. But all right, let's see if we can launch a quick counter here, and then we will just forget the scrappy defending. Maybe I need to go 4-4-2, because the team, when we're playing against 4-4-2, we're not doing well. I've noticed that. Barca played a 4-4-2, Athletic Club played a 4-4-2, and Malaga are playing a 4-4-2. And we're struggling against them all. Right, here we go. There we go. McManaman, he can work some magic here. Salgado, this is more like it. Get it in there to Dion Dublin. Ooh, the shot was blocked, but okay, that's a bit more like it. That's a bit more of what we want to see. So you've been playing FM24 all this time. You're going to wait for 27. Fair enough. I imagine a lot more people with 27 are going to ignore the kind of excitement of jumping in for the early access. And a lot more people are going to be waiting, take a wait and see approach, I imagine, with FM27. We'll see how it goes. All right, we need something better in this half. Definitely not happy with the performance. Salgado's having a good game, but everyone else is just a bit meh. Let's go positive, because, of course, morale could dip quite easily. So you've got the ability. Go out there and show everybody that you've got it. Oh, thank you, Omar. So you're a fan of the long form channel? Thank you. We will indeed keep the work up. Do go over there. I put up a new video there today with my triangle challenge. A bit more of a niche save, but it's one that I'm enjoying. But all right, let's not concede here, please. Right. Oh, the danger's not averted. They clip the crossbar. Come on, let's demand a bit more here. And let's get out there to get the win. All right. We need to win this game, really. And then we've got, who was it in the next game that we had to play? Was it Racing Santander? So 2 winnable games. We should be beating Malaga here. We're 12th at the moment. That's terrible. If we get the winner here, we're going to leapfrog Malaga as well. I'm going to have to look at some subs because these guys just aren't doing it. Dion's having a poor game today. Got to be honest with ourselves. Dion's just not doing it today. He's not delivering for us. Do we forgive Makaleli and bring him back in? I think we will. Just this once. Right. What else have we got? I mean, we want to bring in Figo. We benched him, so we get him to come in and and give it some. Make him try and prove me wrong for having benched him. How do you get their photos at the bottom? That's the skin. That's the skin I've used. So I've got the face pack for the retro database, and then I'm using the Mr. Tinney skin, which has tweaked everything so you can get those player photos appearing at the bottom. All right, here we go. Here we go. There's a goal coming here. I can feel it. Roberto Carlos looking for Big Dion Dublin. Big Dion Dublin gets the header. That's it. That's Anti-Galactico football. That's what we're talking about. All right. All right, good stuff. Let's have a look at the replay on that one. Good play between Raul and Roberto Carlos. This is what Roberto Carlos does best. And there you go. Dion Dublin, look, he had to backpedal to get in position for that, but he did it. He did it. Right, we'll get a praise shout out there. We've got 15 minutes to make sure that we hold on to this. Roberto Carlos, is he going to shoot from here? Is it going to be one of his huge free kicks? All that build-up. I was building up for the big Roberto Carlos free kick, and he just played it like 6 inches to Figo. But it worked. It worked. The free kick routine worked, and we got a goal from Raul. Look at that. Oh, it's bloody typical, isn't it? You're bigging up, oh, Roberto Carlos. It's going to be like the tournoi against France all over again. No, he's just going to, like, tap it to Figo. But all right, it worked. Substitution worked. So we're happy with that. We'll take that. There's definitely a clippable moment, that one. All right, here we go. Last few minutes. We'll get another praise shout out there. We're happy with the team. We've got our first away win of the season. This is good. Hopefully, this is going to be the start of a big run of form. Like I said, we've leapfrogged Malaga by doing this. Oh, now I said Racing Santander is going to be winnable. Just looking at the table, that's our next game. They are third. So we shouldn't underestimate them. I'm going to say, I'll stay positive. That was a good win for us. Hierro and Steve McManaman need to be doing better. I told them both they deserve to come off. And yeah, that's true. All right, let's do one more game. Let's see if we can get 2 in a row. All right, he must be pleased that sees Real Madrid shoot up the table. Yes. Took a bit longer to get the breakthrough. Indeed. All right, good stuff. Okay, good. So we've got Racing Santander away, or Racing Santander, as I keep calling them. Just working on my Spanish accent there. Figo on form. So Figo, he came on as a sub, didn't he? And he got the Player of the Match award. 2 assists. All right. Well, no, 1 assist. 1 assist. Oh, look at this result. Now, we had a bad result. What about Barcelona? Losing 4-0 at home to Real Oviedo. That's mental. Oh, that's one of the most mental results I think I've ever seen in Football Manager. Wait, I haven't got my screen centered, have I? There we go. That's much better. That is a crazy result. Oh, man. Okay, I feel a bit better about our big defeat last week now against Athletic Club. That's more embarrassing there for Barcelona. So feeling a bit better about all that. You know, you find comfort where you can. Okay, I'm not going to speak to the press about the transfer window. We've got no money left, so we're not going to bring anybody else in. We've spent all of our transfer funds, unfortunately, on Dion Dublin, David Batty, and Hugo Ehigou. I'm going to make myself start them every game where they're fit as well. See, managing Real Madrid is not boring unless you want it to be. All right. 3 deals. Yeah, those were the 3 deals. I'm not going to speak to the press in this case. All right. Good stuff. Okay, so we're going to be live for about 10 more minutes. We're looking to be live a couple of times a week. So I might go live again on Friday, or it might be Saturday. I'll let you know. If you want to know when I'm going live, make sure you sign up for my bulletin board. Here on TikTok. All you have to do, go to my profile page and click on DG's board. Not like Drew McIntyre's board at work, but the other board, the BOARD kind. Just join the bulletin board and you'll see details there. And obviously follow the page as well. So we'll all be there. Okay, your squad looks particularly thin in the right wing-back department. I know. And I tried to persuade the board to give me more money to buy one. And they said no. We're retraining Steve McManaman, though, so it's all good. There we go. All right, we've had a little chat with them. Okay, good stuff. So we're going up for our last game of the evening, so stick around for another 10 minutes, and we'll have one more game. So let's have a look. Click through those messages. See, this is what I mean about the way the game is this year. Look, like here, we get the news roundup. But look here, okay, we've got this main one, Grande upbeat about Real Madrid form. We've got here, why are they showing me? Here, this news item is about not our most recent game, but the game from last week. So why are they showing that here? Why is that coming up as in the news roundup? And then we've got all these things here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different things. So then I just don't look at any of them. This is better. You've got here 3. 3 little windows I can click on. You know, that's not too bad. Here with the meetings, I wish it was just like last year where you could just do the whole meeting within this bit of screen and not have to click on something. It's just a bit frustrating. I don't get some of the design choices. that have been made this year. And then there are other things that are just exactly the same as they always were. So then it was kind of like they gave up on trying to redesign the game. Bodo Ilgner, yeah. If someone wants to bid for him, they can have him. Okay, we've got Racing Santander tomorrow. Transfer window's about to close. Let's have a look. I'll send my assistant to the press conference. All good stuff. Name of the game. This is Football Manager 26. Is what this whole channel is based around, Football Manager 26. So, we do simulations, kind of what-if scenarios. We're managing here in a retro database, so we kind of wound the clock back to the year 2000. That's why you'll see players like Raul and so on in our team here, and Roberto Carlos. But yeah, if you like football, if you like some kind of what-if scenarios and experiments, and just having a bit of fun with some weird things in the name around football, then drop us a follow. And that's what you'll find. Try to post as often as I can. Not always as often as I would like, but I do try to post as often as I can. Okay. Would you be looking to move him on before the end of the day? Yes, why not? See if any bids come in. Okay. I do miss transfer deadline day as well. That would, that would be good if we had transfer deadline day. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, question here. Julio Cesar. No. Yeah. Too many questions here. At least with the old transfer window deadline day thing, you got to choose. You could either say, yes, I will partake, and I'll get interrupted by constant messages, or you could say, no, I'm not interested, and just click through it like a normal day. Okay, so Julio Cesar. I mean, we could send him out to PSV. Okay, they're offering a decent monthly fee. Mandatory future fee, no. Right, we'll skip that. Okay, good stuff. Right. Let's get through to this last game of the stream then. Racing Santander, another team that we can leapfrog, hopefully. Not interested in that. Let's keep going. So that match is coming up today. Good. Okay, transfer deadline, that's come and gone. So, squad registration. I guess we're happy with that squad. Unfortunately, we can't register everybody, and there's no option to have like under 21 players available. We have to register them all. Let's confirm. Hopefully, I haven't missed anyone. Have you ever had that happen where you've just gone ahead and like, yeah, whatever, register the squad, all fine, and then you're like, I've left out a new signing or a star player, and now they are really pissed, and the whole squad's up in arms about it. It does happen sometimes when you're not paying attention. Okay, good stuff. Let's get this game in. We've had a bit of a lull here. Transfer deadline day slowed things down a bit, but Litmanen. Jari Litmanen moving to Club America in Mexico. That is a bit of a bizarre transfer. Right, we've got Morientes back. Finally. We've been waiting for Morientes to come back for, since the start of the stream, really. So let's get him in there. We're not going to start him, but at least we got that option now. If Raul's not having a good game, we can take him off. So we'll go back to Figo. We're going to go with Makalele there. And I think we need Karanka in defense. There we go. That's looking good. This is a team that can go out and win a game. All right, let's go. Thank you, Ronan, for the follow. Much appreciated. Do make sure you follow. Hit that like button. Share the live as well. I mean, we're doing our last stream. We're going to wrap things up in about 10 minutes. But still, any shares are appreciated. Pick up where you left off last time out. Defenders, you all go out there and make me proud and make a difference. Let's do the pre-match press conference. Have you reason for encouragement from this team? Yeah. Will you perhaps look to take advantage of the transfer window? Yeah, anyone who wants to make an offer, sure. Quiet deadline day. Yeah, Okay, good. They don't want to ask me about this match at all. So, Real Racing Club de Santander. All right, good stuff. And Real Madrid. All right, let's get out there and win a game of football. Let's see if we can do it. And thank you, KG, for the share. Appreciate it. All right, good stuff. Let's get an early shout out. Encourage the team. Try and keep everybody nice and positive. Dion Dublin didn't like that for some reason. Come on, Dion. You should just be happy to be here. All right. This is not good. We're starting with Racing Santander with a corner. This could be dangerous. Okay. Fine. It goes over. We will we'll just chalk that down to an early chance as we settle in. Racing Santander playing the 4-2-3-1. All right, Roberto Carlos going long. That's what we love to see. We get the flick on, but straight to the keeper. It looks like we are going to have a continuing highlight here. That is a long one from their keeper. Figo, come on, Figo. You should get your foot on that ball. Put your foot through it in even. We get away with it this time, though. I don't have to sub Figo off yet. Right. Highlights continuing. I'm looking for a Real Madrid goal here. Why is Casillas not launching it to Dion Dublin like he's supposed to? Now we've given it away, you see. That's what happens when you don't follow instructions, young man. All right, we get away with that one. What football manager is it? It's Football Manager 26, so the current version, Romeo. Yeah, so it's obviously been out now for, what, 6 months? Had a few patches recently. It's an improved game from the mess it was on release. Still not perfect, but it's playable. All right. Dion, I thought, was going to give us a goal there. I've got a good feeling here. Something's coming. Roberto Carlos was looking for Dion Dublin. Dion Dublin. Oh, bit of skill from Dion there. He's learnt a few Galactico ways. That was a bizarre bounce off the keeper there. Considering the keeper was diving left. And then the ball bounced off him and went off to the right side. Okay. You have the same FM. Doesn't want to play on your laptop. Okay, that's a shame. Had you played previous versions of FM on the same machine? Because I know there was a bit of an upgrade in the minimum specs this year, which a lot of people, you know, who only ever play FM weren't happy about. That their kind of laptops would run FM, but couldn't run FM26. It's a bit of a shame, but of course, over time the games have to keep improving, don't they? All right, and will make more demands on your machine. Oh, Roberto Carlos, what was that throw-in? I'm gonna assume that was that one of their players got injured and he was deliberately giving the ball back to them. But that was a terrible throw-in from Roberto Carlos, especially as it nearly put us behind. Maybe should I drop down to cautious here? Maybe, you know, because they had a good start to the season, Racing Santander. So maybe against the better teams, we need to go cautious mentality. Okay, here we go. Roberto Carlos, get in. Get in. That is what the year 2000 is all about. Roberto Carlos smacking the ball in. Oh, look at that. He's lurking on the edge of the area, gets the loose ball, plays a little 1-2 with Figo. And then he's just like, yeah, I'll take a touch. I'll take that up to the edge of the area. On my left peg. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. All right. So log in now. You've waited for an hour, but you're still not in the game. Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound good at all. Is that something that's just started to happen recently, or has it always been like that with FM26 for you? I did have an issue recently after an NVIDIA update when something went wrong with the graphics cards, and then I couldn't get the game to load. So I just, I think I had to reinstall both the NVIDIA driver and the driver for my secondary graphics card on the motherboard as well. All right, let's say things are going well. You're capable of even better. Figo, Roberto Carlos, playing well. Keep it up. Right, we're going to tell the attack, keep on going. Everybody just keep it going. Keep it going. All right, let's see if we can get a win and a clean sheet here. That's what we're looking for. All right, here we go. Carranca. Okay, I hate that too. you know, when you get those highlights at the start of the half and you're all like, okay, here we go. We're building up for our first chance right from the kickoff. And then it's like, oh, no, just stops. Anyway, here we go. Salgado marauding down the right flank. David Batty is a bit advanced for him. Okay, Makalele, I don't mean advanced like advanced skill level. I mean position on the pitch. Here we go. Roberto Carlos. Keeper saved that one as well. Or got a touch on it at least. All right, but this is good. We're playing better in this game. I think the switch to cautious has worked. We'll get a praise shout out there for the team. I might have to take off Raul here. Let's have a look. Morientes, let's ease him back into the team after his injury. So Morientes comes on for Raul. Raul's looking nervous for some reason. And Karanka looking frustrated. That is a precursor to a red card, I think. So he's coming off as well. And Helguera is confused by the feedback. So we're 1-0 up and I'm saying, yeah, nice one, lads. And that confuses him. I never get that Football Manager logic. Help us get the result. All right. Good stuff. Let's see if we can do this. Can we extend our lead here? That would be great. Give ourselves a little bit of a cushion. Here we go. Salgado. Come on. Where's the route one that we're looking for? Ehigou. Ugo Ehigou. What a great player he was. There we go. Looking for Dion Dublin at the far post. But he's won the ball and he's won a penalty. He's won a penalty. Well done, Big Dion. All right, Figo. Now, we've had 2 penalties so far tonight, and we've missed both. Figo missed one. Hierro missed one. Can Figo... What the hell? Like, that is ridiculous. I have never had a team miss 3 penalties in a row before. You know, 3... Not in the same match, okay, but across the stream tonight, in 5 matches, we've had 3 penalties, and we've missed every single one. Have you ever had a run like that of missing penalties? And with these players as well, with Figo taking penalties, with Hierro taking penalties, we should not be missing that many spot kicks. Oh, that's absolutely ridiculous. Right, Figo's coming off. Figo, get off my pitch. You got a yellow card as well. Sheesh. That was just nuts. Conceição can come on for Makalele. Right. Team talk. Get out there. Make an impact. All right. 15 minutes to go. Oh, my God. That's another one going in the clips from tonight. We just can't score penalties anymore for some reason. My Lord. Anyway. Let's see what we do here. Don't concede now. Come on. Don't concede now. 5 minutes to go. Let's get that praise shout out there. Right. This win is moving us up above Racing Santander to within 3 points of Real Oviedo. We drew 0-0. Actually, in the context now, Real Oviedo leading the division. I think us drawing against them in the opening match wasn't that bad a result. I thought that was a bad result at first. We weren't our best, but we got the result. That's what Route 1 football's all about. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. If we forget about the Athletic Bilbao result, it's been a decent evening, I think. Anyway, let's see. Don't want to talk about opposition performances. There we go. All right, so let's have a quick look at the table. Let's have a look at where we're going to be in our next stream. So, like I said, I'll try and stream again at the weekend. I'm trying to sort out a schedule. Wednesday night's definitely a good night for streaming. Maybe Saturday as well. And then we'll see if we can work in a third stream somewhere along the way. But obviously, you know, I've got other things to do at the same time. Wish I could stream all day, every day, but I can't. All right, let's send an assistant out for that. So let's have a look. Fixture schedule. We got an international window coming up. So that's why I'm going to end the stream here so we don't have to click through. Just click through until the next game. Then we've got Mallorca coming out of the international window, and then the Champions League begins. So we've got Feyenoord. So this will be all in the next stream. We'll be continuing our La Liga campaign. We've got Feyenoord, Leverkusen. Then we've got double header with Panathinaikos. We've got Villarreal, so we've got some big games coming up in the next stream. So yeah, that's what we'll be looking at. If we just have a look at La Liga, if I bring up the table, which of course I'm just going to have to slide across so those of you watching on TikTok can see it in full. So we're 6 at the moment. Losing 2 games, not ideal. I need to tweak the tactic a bit, which I'll do off camera and get that up to scratch. Or maybe I'll just start selling it for 20 quid. We'll see how that goes. But hopefully we're going to, get a run of form together now and start moving up the table and all that good stuff. So thank you to everybody who's been part of the stream this evening, who's dropped a comment, who's hit that like button, shared it, followed, all of that good stuff. It's much appreciated. And even if you've just been lurking, thank you for being part of the stream this evening as well. So I'm just going to wrap things up. Keep an eye on the bulletin board. Remember, go and join the bulletin board so you can see the next time we are live. DG signing out. Good night. All right. Lovely stuff. I think you YouTube people are still with me, but that's all good. Thank you very much for watching as well. Don't forget to subscribe to this new channel for all the stream VODs, and head over to my main channel, DG, for the edited highlights and all the other Football Manager action. Thank you very much. Good night.